Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody is doing well here. All right, I thought I would do my AM rituals with you guys since we can do that here on TikTok. So, one of the things I like to do when I get up in the morning is focus on gratitude. So, feel free to share in here, what are you grateful for? So one of the things I'm grateful for is the fact that the weather's still quite nice here. I'm at my cottage and we've got the ocean there, got the nice trees, all this wildlife. So it's really nice to have nice sunny weather. I'm also grateful for having today off. Today is a Truth and Reconciliation day here in Canada, so we actually have the day off. But again, it's kind of nice to focus in on morning rituals any single day. Doesn't matter what your purpose is, it's just a really nice way to start the day. So that's kind of what I'm inviting for us to do in here. I've got my angel cards as well, so I want to pull up some of those. So I'm just going to kind of show you how I kind of do a morning ritual, and then feel free to follow along and participate and share in this. So I do have my candle lit here. So that's one recommendation when you get up in the morning, if you're going to pull up some cards for yourself as well, and do this gratitude practice. Sometimes just honoring that little candle can be really helpful just to create a little bit of presence in your life. So I also have a notepad. Okay. Hello, welcome in. If you guys are a subscriber, you get a reading every time you come on here, just so you know. So feel free to share what you're grateful for. When we focus on that, it'll raise everybody's vibration. And what's interesting is if you say more than one thing that you're grateful for, you'll start to see a little bit of a theme as to where your mindset is right now. For instance, as I was saying, like, I'm grateful for like the weather, the ocean, the trees, the wildlife. As a start, it kind of gets you into that mindset of, obviously I've been focused more on grounding, right? Being in nature a bit more, being more appreciative as the season's changing here. Feel free to say hello if you're in here and you can hear me okay. That'd be great to know. And again, feel free to share, what are you grateful for? And then I'm also grateful for my family life as well. I've got my puppy here and my husband here, and it's nice to have people to love. So I like to also do a little bit of breath work in the morning. So all that is just being a little bit more mindful of, again, being present, being aware of your body. So today maybe it's a little stretch, just noticing if you have any tension or tightness in your body. Oh, there's one of our cards. And then I also smudge. So if you want to learn how to smudge, you can check out my blog through horsemanreadings.com about smudging, the important properties of this. Hopefully everybody can see and hear me okay. I don't see anybody saying anything. And you can also purchase sage as well if on my shop, if ever you need to buy some sage. That's available as well for you. All right, I think we have our cards. So yeah, I just light my sage and release whatever. Good morning. Thank you for saying hello. And I release, what are you grateful for, Shanta? We're doing some AM rituals here. And do smudge as well. Something really, really important I feel to do in the morning. And also another thing I like to do, you guys can watch the AM I think I called it like AM routine or something over on my YouTube channel from the other day. We spent quite a lot of time talking about ways that we can kind of improve our vibration throughout the day and starting off in the morning. So again, you can watch that. Lots of people were participating. But yeah, we were setting an intention is another really great one outside of the gratitude. And again, as I'm saying, just to invite that mindfulness in can be really helpful just by being aware again of where's your body. I often do like to call in some Reiki energy, so let's do that for our group as well. So anybody that wants to receive some Reiki energy this morning, just to get your day off right, I'm just going to set that intention that everybody gets the healing or the clearing and the cleansing from yesterday's old crap to be gently removed and replaced with anything that they want to bring in, especially in relation to their gratitude. Great weather, family, my job, friends, my health. Okay, so Shanta, just right away, that starts to allow me to see where you're at energetically. So you're kind of working on, I'm getting like love, right? And I'm also getting passion as well for you, Shanta. So it seems like that's more where your head is. It's like that appreciation for like your ability to want more for yourself, or there's a feeling of desiring more for your day as well, not just for your life, which is fabulous. So it sounds like there's a little bit of motivation there as well. Hello, good morning. So I'm just taking a couple deep breaths here as well, so feel free to breathe into this space with me. So we just called in some Reiki energy. Again, that's something I do like to do in the morning. I already set an intention in here for you guys so that this gratitude can kind of be amplified for you as well. So whatever you're sharing in the comments for what your gratitude is this morning, that will definitely be amplified by sharing it. And again, feel free to send a heart if you smudge. Do you smudge? And so again, the purpose of smudging is just cleansing out yesterday's crap, kind of what we're doing with the Reiki as well. And again, lighting the candle can just be a way to connect in here. So I pulled up 3 cards. That's also what I like to do in the morning. Then I have a theme card. So my intention, I feel like for my day, because I'd like it for everybody to share in here as well, is just happiness. That's really been coming up for me as a theme. So you'll see each day if you're setting an intention, again, what your theme is, kind of like your gratitude practice, right? Where are you? It's just like a checking in. But yeah, happiness has definitely been coming up for myself, and just to bring that energy into that space for sure. So feel free to share what your intention is. I like to do just like a one word because it's really great at the end of the night to also see how this intention came in. And so I am starting to add some nighttime in as well. Either way, at least one time during the day is really great if you're just starting it. So, yeah, happiness and joy for me. So, I like to also go into my Akashic, peace and gratitude. Wonderful. Peace. Yeah, I definitely feel like maybe grounding as well. Okay, love. That might be something for an intention for you for today as well. Because peace and grounding kind of like to go hand in hand. So, I also like to go into my Akashic records. So I can definitely do this for any subscribers here. We can go into your records and we can pull up a card for you, but I'm also going to go into mine. So I take a deep breath, dropping into my heart space, relaxing my body. ADHD lady, that's like relaxing my mind. Also have my rose quartz here with me, so it feels like I want to put that on around my heart. It's nice and cool today as we're focusing on gratitude here. I'm letting go of my ego and all judgment in this space. I'm going to go into the Akashic records for Robin Marie Horseman. That's me. I'm going to set the intention to go into the Akashic records for anyone whose name we call upon here in this space, and that way I can just hop into your records throughout this reading, and I'm not going to go in and out of your energy. We'll just all share space in this place, okay? Yes, it would be interesting to hear what there is for me, please. Okay, Shanton. So, as our theme card, because we're all going to share space, okay, guys, so everybody can receive these messages. And thank you for all the hearts and clicks and things like that. So again, if you become a subscriber, we prioritize you and we'll focus on you every single time. But again, we can share space here as well. Thank you, guys. And so 3 of water is celebration, and I'd love to see your gratitude. What are you grateful for, as well as what is your intention for today? So you have a celebration, a wedding, graduation, birth announcement that need to have more fun. So isn't that so funny how I was setting the intention for happiness and joy? And for you, Shanta, we were discussing love and passion. So that enthusiasm for life, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When you're being thrown a curveball, you can look at it and be like, bring it on, that sort of thing. Um, and so the reason why this is coming up is because it feels like you might have a little bit of distraction coming in right now. And so I would definitely say, as we're talking about being more present, to open up your chest just a tiny bit more. We're working on rituals. Just noticing when you're starting to close off a little bit, okay? So the invitation here is just, can we open up that chest just a tiny bit more, even physically? So throughout your day, maybe more mindfulness could just be taking a deep breath and open up that chest. Because a lot of times people don't realize, as we start to feel a lot of emotions, or we get again caught up in those distractions, whether it's our phone, we'll start to close off. So the invitation is quite simple here. It's just opening up that chest and taking that breath. And I think you'll find it's just going to help you align a little bit more into, your truth as well. Because sometimes we have a hard time knowing what our truth is. Again, when we're caught up in the chaos of, again, our reality, whether it's our phone ringing or somebody screaming or yelling or the dog barking or, the neighbors yelling or whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? So today is definitely a day where I'm glad people are setting the intention or focusing on the energy of peace, because obviously, there's a lot going on in Canada today. We're honoring like a very negative, heavy situation that happened a very long time ago. And so even if you're not like spiritually connected to that, you do sense that there's this feeling within the air that we're all supposed to be remembering, what we're here for, which is that peace and that calm and that joy and that forgiveness as well. Okay, so the other thing we have here is, again, I pulled up 3 cards, okay? So anyone else that's in here that wants me to pick a card for you, I can do that. So again, we're all going to share space here, so it doesn't matter who picks. But I'm going to get you to pick out card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3. Energetically, which one do you feel that you're drawn towards? This is 1, 2, or 3. So anybody can share that. And just let me know which one. I'm going to 2, okay. So we'll start with 2. So we've got 5 of water, okay, love, 3, 3, 3. So right away, feeling this strong heaviness in here. You were talking about being ADHD, and I was saying bringing in the grounding today. I get this like very sensitive sensation here around heart and throat. And as we do AM rituals, again, we're always being shown what it is that we need to work on throughout our day if we do this first thing in the morning. And again, we can set the intention for that to be the purpose. But usually first thing that when we get up in the morning, it's like, okay, how is this going to help me today, right? So when we read the card, it says things not turning out the way you'd hope, not seeing the positive in a situation, crying over spilled milk. Okay, so we did just have a full moon. And if you had a chance to watch my full moon healing underneath my profile, there was like a little clearing and cleansing opportunity to take advantage of as well, something you can watch every full moon. I also put more in the now. So what I get for you is that it's time for you to start being open and honest with yourself on a daily basis, on a regular basis, in the now. So that way you can like, again, pull up cards for yourself and be like, yep, you know what, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I need to start doing, that sort of thing. And instead of waiting, I'm not sure if that happens to you, but sometimes we wait for a certain time, like, no, I'm not going to do this until nighttime. But if you have your own card deck, just pull it out now and see when you're feeling things in the moment. So this is really much about your emotions and not feeling tied down anymore, okay? So ask yourself, the vision I'm getting is someone who has like, they're on a dock or something and they're tied, a person has tied them to the dock with like ropes, and when they put something in your mouth and you're just like like this. You're kind of kept hostage, that sort of thing. But all we need to do is actually untie those things off of our wrist, and then we're free. And then we get to celebrate our freedom and that sort of thing, and being alive every single day. So you're kind of seeing a theme with everybody here. So the whole thing is nobody's holding you back, nobody's tying you down. And that's kind of an illusion that we feel sometimes when we feel like the world is treating us poorly or treating us badly. And I'm not saying that you feel that way, but it's like when there's a lot going on as a theme here. It's like, okay, but we've got to untie these chains, and we've got to free ourselves from those, from that discomfort or that pain that we're feeling, right? So it's kind of what I do, is help people with tools to do that. So I'm sharing some suggestions, but I'm not really right now teaching you specifically how to do that. So that's something I can definitely offer to other people. If you feel called, again, if you come in as a subscriber, we can work on something specific for you if you want. I now have 2 questions. You're welcome. Two questions that you can ask in my booking link. So if you do have like a specific question, like for instance, I'm really struggling with my relationship with my brother, how can I move forward with this energy? And then another question might be like, I'm working on weight loss, like what is a good step for me? 2 very different questions, but you'll kind of see like a theme of where you are. So then I actually email you a video answering those questions. So for $20 Canadian, that gives you an opportunity to ask like questions, and I can go into your energy. Because sometimes there are people who just want that, like they just have a question that they need an answer to, and instead of inboxing me, because sometimes that happens, oh, I just have a quick question. It's like, okay, go over, use the booking link, and I'll send it to you, and it really works well for me as well. So someone was picking card number 3 here. Oh, it's funny. I went into K-Love 333, and she picked 3, and I read 2. Okay, so the Empress, but BB picked 2. Okay, so maybe BB, you relate to that as well. As I was sharing, we're all going to relate to these cards anyway. So 3 is on the card. 3 is here for number 3. Archangel Gabriel, Empress. Okay. So lavish abundance, give birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. You're welcome. So one of the things that's coming up here is usually this is tapping in a bit more to our intuition, as we're using the word freedom today as well. What I'm getting here is that there's some self-love healing and self-love, self-care practices that we need to start doing as well. So ask yourself as well, where are you not taking care of yourself? Is there any area where there are things like that are creative that you have been holding yourself back from doing because maybe your excuse is that you don't have time or you don't have money, or, there's always a reason why you can't do this. And this card is definitely saying that, like, if you have a positive outlook, basically you can do anything. It's just there's a reason why you're feeling held back. Is it that you feel like you're not worthy of doing these things? Or is it literally that you're feeling so tired and stressed that you feel like you don't have the energy? And so I highly recommend working with crystals if you're struggling with any type of fatigue, or maybe your children are fatigued. Yesterday I did a video reading for a dog, and this dog was so tired that it was like I didn't expect the dog's energy to be so fatigued. So I just feel like sharing that, because sometimes the energy of an animal can be so draining because the animal is being drained as a result of our energy or something that we're going through. So animals grieve as well. Children go through a lot as well. So sometimes we need healing for the whole family, not just for one person. We all feed off of each other. So if everybody's in the same household, people don't realize that, yeah, we share that energy, just like when we come on here online. We're all collectively sharing that energy. And so it's not just about you, or we're not separated. There's a togetherness, right? All right, so our other card here, we have King of Earth. A successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered. It's weird that I said that, the Midas touch. So I can't help but feel like as a theme, this has also been coming up for a lot of people receiving, as we're talking about self-care. We kind of mentioned forgiveness in here. But generous, professional, responsible, practical, whenever we see a king, this is talking about our leadership, as we're saying it's time to kind of take a little bit of action as well. And then earth is very much, we're talking about grounding. One of the things that came up on my Facebook reading today that I just write out recommendations based on the energy. Work is kind of taking a little bit of priority today as well. So even if you do have a day off, it's okay to do a little bit of work, as I'm doing today myself. As I was saying, if you've got some of those little projects that will make you feel lighter or will make you feel more productive or will help you with any heaviness that you have going on, then that's a good thing. But I'm also hearing that it's really important that we're kind of surrendering in to the moment today and what you're feeling guided towards spiritually, what you feel like you're meant to do, not your to-do list. So don't forget, when you make a to-do list, make sure that it's like inspired, pull up cards for yourself. What am I meant to do today versus what do I feel like I have to do today? One is heavy and one is light. So I've got my notebook here, and I'm also going to invite some I am statements in. So is there anything you guys are feeling heavy towards also? And we can create an I am statement specifically for you if you want this morning. I don't know what time it is there, but it's like 9 something here, so. And then I'm also going to get outside and do some of my grounding, some of my yoga as well. And do you guys have any morning rituals or things like that that you do already that you find helpful? All right, I'll just pick a couple then. I am strong is a good one. So affirming I am strong, taking a deep breath. Oh, I just blew up my candle. I am confident. Be another one. Maybe slowing down your breath. I am light. Taking a deep breath. I try to do morning prayers and sun gazing. I like that. So is sun gazing just more of like a meditation? Or is it like, do you go outside and like close your eyes and like feel into the light? And I love the idea of morning prayers because actually Spirit was telling me that when I get up in the morning to do more prayers. So that's something I'm going to start adding in here. So thank you for sharing. I am confident in my abilities to handle life today and every day. That's a good one. I am confident in my abilities to handle life today and every day. Physically getting sun into my eyes, I can do it from bed on days when I'm getting lazy. Oh, I've also heard that like, yeah, as soon as you get up in the morning, just go outside. I definitely, as soon as I get up, open up all of those windows, and it's been a little cool in here, so we've been closing the windows in the morning. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get out there to the beach and have my second coffee and do some of my stretching, which I find so peaceful. Amazing. Thank you for sharing. So, and also, so if anybody would like a card pull, feel free to just say that and I'll pull you up a card specifically. We're doing some Reiki energy in this space as well for anyone that wants that, just receiving that. And I've also gone into the Akashic Records so that anyone that wants a card can receive the message that they're meant to have. So I am stronger than yesterday. I said that one yesterday as well. So what you'll find is when you're writing your I am statements in the morning, again, it's okay to look back at the day before and you'll start to see a theme. Oh, it's interesting that intuitively I felt guided towards I'm stronger than yesterday, and then also today. So, and using the word strength really has been coming up for me. I recently had a friend that died, so that, like, it kind of forces you to make changes. I have been also living alone away from my husband while we're doing our build for a bit. So that's been challenging. So again, it's nice to look back at why these affirmations are coming out. What have you been going through? And it's good to reflect on why these are healthy reminders, right? Because you are strong. Again, underneath Facebook, one of the messages today was, "You've got this," because you do. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm going to pull up cards, and I'm also offering Reiki healing in this space. You don't see me waving my hands, but I'm definitely feeling and clearing energy. So I'm feeling a lot in my stomach right now, my lower chakras. So yeah, so it's just important, if you guys are able to do this with me, like look at your I am statements. Like, I'm confident in my abilities to handle life today and every day. Sometimes even just that one is, I've been hopping into my mediumship, which is new for me. That's something I was just holding back on, as we were talking about earlier. What are you not doing for yourself? Because often when I go to use my skills, it's to help other people, but it also helps me as well. So it's something that will help me shift, that will help me, where we have the abundance card as well, in so many different ways. So sometimes we hold ourselves back because of it's fear, right? So Isabel, here's your card. Actually, there are two, so we'll pull up this one for you. You've got the Hermit card here, okay? And again, we're all sharing this energy. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, and self-discovery. So again, this is more like soul searching. Whenever we see this card, it tells us that there's permission to move forward with kind of sorting out where you are. Taking that time to figure that out is really important. So you're seeing me kind of doing that, and then you hop on and want a card. It's noticing, okay, why is this energy coming up for me? Why, are these things from my past coming up as well? Why am I dreaming about these things? And then when we put it all together, and sometimes we need other people to help us with that, like, oh, wow, I didn't realize I was even going through that. So it's really tapping into those unconscious, sometimes unhealthy patterns too. Like, why do we always eat cheese when we're sensitive to cheese? Something really simple like that. But then when we start to soul search, we realize, oh, like cheese is something that I see as a comfort food or as a celebratory food. And when I feel like I'm not happy in my life, I go towards cheese, just as an example. So what can I do to celebrate more? What can I do to bring in more happiness so that cheese isn't what's making me happy? Obviously, I need to bring, as we were talking about with Shanta, bring in more of the passions, or same thing with my energy, my abilities, so that I can start to see, oh, okay, you are on the right path, you are where you're meant to be. So sometimes we need those like reasons to laugh, etc. you know but we've got to create those experiences in our life. My ex and I parted ways months ago, but I'm seeing him in my dreams and his initials on license plates. Interesting. So maybe I was connecting to some of your energy in my dream, because I woke up this morning and yeah, there was somebody from my past that was coming up, the way that they looked, their age, their situation. Definitely relate to that as well. But yeah, those details from that dream, Isabel, is more, I'm getting to protect your energy just a little bit more. I also have a cord cutting meditation and healing you can watch underneath my profile. If you haven't watched that one yet, I would recommend that one specifically for you. And I'm getting to put some music on that will be really helpful for you as well. So some music that you find kind of calming, soothing, spiritual, things that help you feel more enlightened. Also in my membership group, through horsemanreadings.com, the beginner level might be a good one for you. You can watch the dream workshop. I have a bunch of different like workshops and healings, and every new moon we manifest and do some theta healing downloads to help you amplify the energy and also let go of the things from your past that aren't working for you. So if you want to sign up for that, I would highly recommend it. It's $11.11 Canadian. You can get a lot of insight as to what's going on there. And again, you could book in a one-on-one with me too. And I have different options. So if you don't feel comfortable, face to face, you can bring in some of your questions or do a general overall like healing session. I can tell you some other deeper things that are going on. Okay. You're welcome. So would anyone else like a card while I'm here? Also feeling a lot of heart chakra and a lot of root chakra. So root chakra is often money related, like when or anxiety related, I guess, sometimes like things that we're worrying and stressing about. Underneath my YouTube channel as well, I did a healing on here, maybe like 5 days ago or something like that, maybe 6 days ago now. And then I put that healing, the Theta healing downloads and the Reiki healing over there so that people can go back and watch that. So it's about bringing in positive energy, but it's also like talking a little bit about that worry energy if you are feeling anything is off in your root, which is worrying about money, worrying about love life, things like that. Okay, so it's kind of nice when we can take those recordings and people can watch them, and that's all through my link tree. Okay, the inflow of abundance. We'll just read a collective card here. Ace of Earth, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. So now that we are in a pretty good energy right now, you might be tired, you might be still releasing old energy, but we're still in a pretty good energy here to work with, I feel like, new people. This, if you watched last week's energy, because today is Monday now, and it's the start of October, so I've got all my October readings up. I've got this week's energy reading, but last week's energy reading was saying that it's a good time to bring new people into your life, like love life or new personalities, things like that. So I'm definitely seeing that coming up for a lot of people now. Bring the new people in, because we've been doing a lot of cleansing, but again, to replace that energy, we want to bring in like some new structure into our life, things that are going to make us feel happier, as our theme is kind of saying. All right, and then we've got Nine of Fire. That's that strength energy we were talking about as well. Protect that which you've created, as we're saying, grounding ourselves, loving ourselves, doing that that self-care. But the word safety is also coming up here, asking ourselves as well, what's going to make us feel safer? Sometimes we don't ask those questions. We don't feel safe, but we don't ask what will make us feel safer. So maybe there's something you can do again today just to celebrate your life, or raise your vibration, or do something a little bit more fun. Okay, but I hope you guys enjoyed these gratitude practices in this AM ritual, and I will put underneath my profile when I'm coming on next. And as you guys probably know already, I like to hop on here randomly as well, so that's just for my subscribers, or when people want readings, they can see my schedule. You're welcome. But yeah, I'll still be on here and there, and I do all kinds of different things. So I'd love to hear more as you guys participate. What are some of the things that you guys like to see more of? Do you like mediumship? Do you like the Reiki healing? Do you like Akashic Records? Would you prefer me to do some Theta healing downloads? Do you want meditations? I do sound healing. Yeah, I kind of do a lot of different things. So I also am a yoga instructor, so I also do yoga, which is great. That's something I could definitely add a little bit more into, where I've been doing a bit more and enjoying that so much. That's such a little treat. So is anybody hopping on here that would like a card before I have to go? I see Emily hopping on. We called some Reiki energy in for our group. We went into the Akashic Records for everyone as a collective that would be wanting some information. So I'll just give you a moment here, just because I know Emily will often ask for a question or something. We also have been doing some I am statements, setting intentions for our day. So yeah, honey prom. All right, my head's feeling a little, there's like a little pressure in my head, honeymoon, honey prom. So you've got King of Earth. We already read this card, okay? And so it says a successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered. The Midas touch. We talked a little bit about receiving a bit more, honey prom. But what's going on here is this pressure in my head where I am in the Reiki energy and in the records. It's kind of like, why might you feel like sometimes you're being pushed or pushed over, or I don't know if people are not treating you the way you want to be treated. And I'm not saying you're in victim mindset at all, but it does feel like there are situations and circumstances where it feels like instead of you standing up strong and in your power, there are times where you're getting a little bit knocked over as if you were a tree. And like we're in our yoga practice where we're doing like we become the tree and we're feeling strong, but then all of a sudden we lose focus and we start to kind of tumble. So we've got to concentrate on our strength, on our stability, on our power, and not have regret. So how can you step more into that power today? How can you step into that very centered, grounded person and not let anything kind of, not even the wind, kind of pull you over, because you're so in that state of gratitude that nothing can kind of pull you away. And this could just be mentally your own thoughts, whereas feeling that pressure in and around the head. Okay, so something to consider. Does anybody else relate to that at all? Do you feel that pressure from others, or do you have a hard time staying in a state of gratitude throughout your day? So we're doing this as a mindfulness to help us throughout our days so that we can get back into some of these things, as we talked about opening up the chest here, taking that breath as we're starting to feel anything that we're kind of getting distracted by that we know isn't healthy for us. It's so challenging, isn't it, guys? So I don't know why, but I feel like the Empress card's also popping out again. Lavish abundance. We were talking about people who might want to control throughout their day instead of listening to their intuition. And as I said, those to-do lists, just trusting that the things that you're meant to do, you can tune into as well. Highly recommend doing that. We've got life experience and unity coming up here as well. This is kind of talking about our togetherness, that we're not separated. That seems to be a big theme for people to remind themselves of. Probably why I was suggesting the cord cutting exercise underneath my profile, to cut your energy from others. We can still share space with everybody, but it's also important to maintain that awareness that we don't need to feel everybody's stuff and that we don't need to absorb everybody else's stuff. So notice if you're doing that and you don't realize that, that's more, again, another mindfulness thing to be aware of. Like, my energy is separate than other people's energies, because our souls are meant to connect, but they're not meant to become all toxic with each other, right? Sometimes we put too much energy into somebody else, and as a result of that, we lose sight of ourselves. So that's probably why the self-care is coming up. This is also talking about sleepless nights. Some people are just getting into their head so much that they're losing touch with that heart space. They're losing touch with that intuition. And again, they're saying, I need to do this, or I have to do this, versus I get to do this, or I desire this. So it's getting into that mindset work of, I get to heal these areas of my life, or I get to have these things in my life. But then you have to believe that you're worthy of that. And you also have to believe that you're going to bring in the finances in order for that to happen as well. So there is a little bit of more that we could discuss, but because this is just simple AM practices and rituals, I wanted to get you guys into that mindset of doing this on a regular basis and seeing those themes. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of this energy. Sending you so much love. Thank you for all the knowledge and wisdom we were able to pull up in this space together. For today, I think there were some really great messages personally. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.